Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. Craig and Frank with us. Will Manchester City finish out of the top four this season, Craig?
No, I don't think so. I think people are reading into things away too early. I do believe they've still got one game in hand. I might be wrong.
No, you're right.
But I think when Aguero's back fit and Sterling's fully fit again, he picked up a knock when he was away with England. They'll win more games than they lose. So yeah, today was a big hiccup for them again, and it seems they still haven't learned those lessons when they're getting counter-attacked. But if they don't finish in the top four, he's out. He'll probably walk, even though he signed a new deal, because that's not good enough. They can't afford to not be in the top four. Simple as that.
Frank, will they finish outside the top four?
No, I don't think so. I agree. And if he doesn't finish in the top four, if he doesn't finish in the top four, if he's out, he's going to get lots of money with a new deal. Yes. I always talk to coaches who say, you have to get fired when you have a very long contract. It's when you get really rich. Well, he's already rich, so it's okay.
This is a question. Were City correct in extending and renewing Guardiola? Also, if they do sign Messi, does that show Pep can't win major European trophies without Messi? What do you think, Frank?
I don't know. With what we see with Barca, lately, and I'm not sure Messi is as accurate as he used to be and can change a game. But I don't know. I still think that Guardiola is able to change some stuff in his football and his thoughts of football, and we rectify everything to make sure that they finish and maybe win the title this season.
Yeah, the Messi conundrum is going to be interesting, obviously, next season, Craig, because he isn't the Lionel Messi who he once was, inevitably age catching up with him. So could it prove almost a little bit of a hindrance if you bring him in?
Well, I doubt it. But, he's still going to deliver for you. I mean, I haven't seen that much of him this season, but clearly after the problems that they had in the summer, then it's going to be a drag of a year for him, particularly the way Barcelona have been playing. But it's interesting, that tweet comes from an obvious United fan, more bothered about what City are doing rather than the awful guff that United have been serving up. And look, Guardiola doesn't become a bad coach overnight, but he's a coach who has to find a way of fixing the defensive deficiencies of the way his team play. If he doesn't do that, he can bring Messi in. They're still not going to win the Champions League if they defend in that manner. They'll score goals, but they won't win the Champions League if they defend in that manner.
Yeah, Craig, for not agreeing with you on everything today, I would say that the biggest loss of Guardiola from last season is Silva. And we thought that Bernardo Silva will do the job, but we realized that Silva is unique and that is a real miss right now for Manchester City, and they can't cope with that situation. So maybe if Messi comes and plays like Silva, maybe it can be the factor plus to help City to score more goals and to be more effective.
Do Chelsea have the best midfield and attacking depth in the Premier League? Because of this and their renewed defence, do you see Chelsea having a higher chance of winning the title than Spurs, Craig?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think Chelsea are a much more talented team than Spurs. Spurs have a good squad, but Chelsea have a unbelievable amount of attacking options. They've brought great experience in Thiago Silva. They've got a natural fast left back in Chilwell. The emergence of Reece James, both for club and country, has been meteoric for that young man, and he's just taken his game to looks to me to a new level. Frank mentioned on the show that N'Golo Kante is looking like the player he was a couple of years ago, and just looks super fit again. And so, I mean, I just think Chelsea have better options, and they obviously play a different style of football. We'll see what one's going to be the most successful. And I've also showed up the goalkeeping position, so they're in as good a shape as they can be to mount a title challenge. That's for sure.
Frank, are you worried for PSG against Leipzig? If they get knocked out in the group stage, do you see Thomas Tuchel getting sacked?
Oh yes, he will be for sure. I mean, what they showed against Monaco yesterday, where they were leading 2-0, even if they scored a third one and the ref didn't say yes, didn't agree with the goal, didn't accept the goal, sorry, even if it was a right one. And when Mbappe was out, I didn't recognize Paris Saint-Germain. Well, I don't recognize Paris Saint-Germain this season. I mean, the average, they still keep on winning games because they have more individualities, but in terms of game, in terms of what they show, it's really average. And if they don't go through the group stages, for sure he's out, for sure.
Craig, why isn't counter-attacking football praised enough? Clearly has a high efficiency rate when done right, needs more discipline and look good, not like normal possession play with low chances of penetration and just square passing.
I don't have an issue with counter-attacking football. Never said I did. I mean, if you remember back to the Bayern Munich side that was successful when what was that coach's name before Guardiola, the old
Kovac?
fella, Frank, help me out.
Pellegrini.
Before Guardiola.
No, at Bayern Munich.
No, in Bayern.
Yeah.
Yup, Heinkes.
Heinkes. When Heinkes came in, they were super successful, I believe, in the Champions League with a 30-40% possession game and just hitting with the power play going forward. So I don't have an issue with it. Where I have more of an issue, when we've talked about Spurs, and I'm kind of guessing that's where the question's heading, is when they're having those scenarios against a Brighton or, against, a Southampton at home, who've had a good season actually, but, that's when I scratch my head a little bit more with this Tottenham team rather than when they do it against Manchester City. So, yeah, I don't have an issue with it, and it can be successful.
Frank, as a fan, is a fan's reaction or comment ever distracted you during a match that put you off your game?
Yeah, I have an example coming straight to my head, but it's hard to explain on TV. Let's say that I played at Highbury. It was in a League Cup, I think, and I saw a little boy. I think he was like 10 years old, and we just got I was going forward, and we got a corner for us, and I saw the little boy, like 4 or 5 yards away, insulting me, and joining the gesture,
right,
and the movement on top of his insult.
Okay.
And I looked close to him. It was his father, and I look at the father, and I just say, can you do something about him? That young boy is your son. And he did exactly what his son did, insulting me and doing the same movement. And in fact, it ruined my game. I think we won 4-1, but I kept on thinking about that, and I say, why you have to be such a stupid person because you don't like another team?
Yeah.
Why you have to insult the other instead of supporting? And really, it distracted me like it never, because normally I never think about that. But it was just a little boy, and
right.
I say, well, is his life already ruined because he has no education? And that really distracted me. Yeah.
Well, but that's quite deep, Frank, to have that going on during a match, to kind of take your mind there.
Yeah, because there are more important things in life than only a football game. It was a League Cup first. We were already winning like 4-0 or 4-1, I don't know. The game was already over. And when I saw that little boy, and I said, wow, he needs an education. And the stupid guy close to him doesn't give it to him, and it doesn't give him a chance. So you shouldn't be a father. And I was very upset about that guy, and not because he insulted me, but because his son did it.
Yeah.
And at the age of 10, you shouldn't be like that. You should only love football, cheer your team up, and not being able to, or just to think about insulting the opponent. It's crazy.
Craig?
I never really got bothered by what people shouted from the stands because it happens. It happened every week. I mean, Frank will tell you, the abuse that comes, and it usually starts with the warm-up, because when the warm-up's happening, the stadium's usually, under normal circumstances, half full. and you can hear all the chuntering, depending on what side of the pitch you're warming up. Obviously, if you're away from home, you're probably going to be warming up in front of the home fans anyway. And so the abuse starts, well, it doesn't start then, it starts when you walk off the bus to go into the main reception of a particular ground, so it already starts. But I don't really, the one that sort of got in my head the most, and I think I've told you this many times, is when the guy said to me, "I hope you die." And that was before the game, and it was from a supporter of the team that I was playing for. So, and the game hadn't started at that point. So I just thought, well, you know, that's quite incredible. As Frank said, it's a game of football. It was the week after the FA Cup semi-final when I'd made the mistake, and clearly I didn't try to make the mistake, but I had. And before the game the following week, I was coming back in from the warm-up, and as you go down the tunnel at Stamford Bridge, I don't think they can do it now, but they used to be able to hang over, and as he was hanging over looking down, he shouted, "I hope you die, Burley." So that's, you know, it's quite deep when somebody shouts something like that. It sort of takes you back a little bit rather than the normal abuse. But that's, yeah, I think it's quite sad when we have some people in society that are going to go to that level over, you know, a genuine mistake on a game of football.
Switching gears slightly, Frank, which Hollywood actor would you like to portray you in a biopic film? Who are you going for?
Hollywood actor? Why not? Yeah, fantastic actor. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't thinking
Bruce
of a good actor. I was just thinking he's bald.
Yeah, I was thinking Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, I know.
Patrick Stewart.
I know. Yeah. I'm sure. What can I expect from you? Bruce Willis as well, you know, because he's bald too. You know. Yeah.
Frank, you'd play yourself.
No, I'm not a Hollywood actor. First, you know, I'm barely an actor. I would say I would love to play Liam Neeson. I mean, Liam has I know Liam, and he has a fantastic life with lots of happiness and lots of sadness. I would love to play Liam Neeson. Yeah.
What's that?
I know, Frank. We've got something in common. I know Liam Neeson as well.
The same one?
Really?
No,
exactly.
No.
Really?
No, I don't. No.
I do.
Who's the most famous person you know, Frank?
I used to know many famous person, you know, because I was playing at Chelsea, and I used to go to see Tony Blair at the 10 Downing Street.
Oh, he's not
having
famous.
a tea
He's
with
the Prime
him
Minister.
and Alistair Campbell. Yeah, it's true that. Yeah, of course, Tony Blair is not famous.
No, but
Jack Chirac was a.
Like Tom Cruise, people like that,
someone
with
exciting.
your Hollywood ways.
Well, it's a kind of a tribute. Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Sean Connery. I saw him a couple of times, and I remember being in the restaurant with Ruud Gullit, and he came up and came to say hi to us, and that was such an honor. And we talked, and we saw each other several times. So, yeah, just to think about him, because he passed away lately, and I think that he was a fantastic person and a fantastic actor.
Yeah, there you go. Craig, who would play you in a film?
Oh, George Clooney.
Frank.
Is Bryan Adams famous? Bryan Adams used to come to Chelsea a lot. Would you consider Bryan Adams famous?
You used to go and see him in concert, didn't you?
Oh my God.
Bryan Adams,
Yeah,
of course.
Bryan Adams used to come to Chelsea because he was in London a lot, and he liked Chelsea. But he also, I was sat in the same reception with him once at a physiotherapist, because he used to go to the same physio that myself and Stuart Robson used to go to in London.
Oh.
And I walked in there one day, and he was there. Yeah,
Stuart Robson brings that up. He brings that up all the time, doesn't he? Because it's the same physio as Princess Diana, wasn't it? And Robbo said that he was there and Princess Diana was there one day.
Princess Diana used to go to this physio as well. A lot of people used to go to this physio. But yeah, Bryan Adams there. I presume the old back's a bit bad with carrying the guitar around all the time.
Oh, there we go. Right, that's any more name dropping. That's good. Tony Blair. Right, that's it.
I've met Tony Blair. Tony Blair came to see us Tony Blair came to see us in Paris the night before we played in the opening match of the World Cup at Stade de France. I mean, that's the last thing. I mean, he was wishing all the Scotland players the best of luck. Like, he really wanted us to win, didn't he? Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. God. All right, that is it. We're done. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow for more. Until then, goodbye. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.